show. That's right. I'm already starting it. Vote for Hillary. Vote for Hillary. Y'all know how I do it. Like when we put somebody in the hot seat, just vote for Hillary. You ain't got to vote for me. Just vote for Hillary. Now I don't know why I'm coming. I'm so excited. So I get so pixelated. But anyway, let me. Y'all see what just happened? All right. So look, get your notepad and pen, because it's time to win. Let me grab my pen. Y'all got a pen? Look, if you don't have a pen, grab a marker, grab whatever you got to grab. This is green. That's why it looks like that. Grab your eyebrow pencil, but you want to write these notes down tonight when Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo comes on the scene, because she's going to really help us go deep inside and understand ourselves. So as we get started, go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, and run and tell somebody. And I'm going to get ready to pay some bills with Hill right now. And we'll be right back with Hillary Gooden.
Hi, busy women leaders. I'm talking to you. Are you juggling your family, your business, your career, and your health? Afraid that if just one ball drops to the ground, everything could fall apart because everybody's looking at you. You're stressed and overwhelmed. You're looking for answers, for help that's real help, for solutions. I have Vibrant Life Solutions that can help you. I am Hillary Gooden, the Vibrant Life Coach, author, speaker, lymphologist, and pastor. I empower busy women leaders with strategies to reduce stress and anxiety while increasing energy, clarity of mind, better sleep, better health, and vitality. Oh yeah, and boost your immunity. If you're ready for that, you say, I need that in my life right now. Let's connect. You can reach me at www.hillarygooden.com. You can direct message me on Facebook or LinkedIn at Hillary Gooden. Or else, if you would like to get on a free 20-minute strategy call, a clarity call, go to bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. That's bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. I absolutely believe you got the power to help your body, help you live a more vibrant life.
That's what I say. Vote for Hillary, because she's always a winner. So while you voting for Hillary, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody you ready for Hillary to come on in. Go ahead and put an H in the comment block below. Oh, Hillary.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Hey, Lotus. Hey, how you doing today?
I am phenomenally fine. And yes, we are fine. We look great and we feel great. So how are you today? Because you look fabulous.
You know what? I am feeling fabulous. It doesn't say it started out feeling fabulous today, but I feel fabulous right now, and that's what counts.
That's what I'm talking about. So look, tonight, we've got a phenomenal co-host. Okay,
yes,
we got to get her in this spot. So with no further ado, I'm going to say, Hillary, let's bring her to the platform. You want to introduce our wonderful co-host that's coming all the way, like, from across the state to just be with us. You want to go ahead and introduce her?
Yes, we got the CEO and founder of Vita Nova Supportive Housing, Rachel Labus. Yes, come on.
That's what I'm talking about.
There she is.
Yeah, right there. She is in the house. Hey, Rachel, how are you?
I am fabulous.
I know you are. Awesome.
All the way from beautiful, hot Texas. It's already hot here, y'all.
Oh.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. Anytime we're going to talk about health and healing, I'm on board.
Yes, welcome.
Let me say this, Rachel. I don't want to say this, but I got to. So y'all, Rachel came from hot Texas, and we wanted Rachel to be here to put somebody in the hot seat.
Yeah.
So tonight, she's going to help us put the remarkable Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo in the hot seat. So we're going to go back as you guys go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, like, share, start a watch party, and run and tell somebody. I see people coming in already. So we're going to dip out and dip right back in, and we are ready for this show to begin with our friend, Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo. We'll be right back. Get your notepads and pen because it's time to win. Be right back. It's that time, and welcome to News You Can Use with the remarkable Dr. Lotus Rashay and the what did I say? I almost got it wrong, folks. We got the queen of the lymphatic valves, Miss Hillary Gooden, and our amazing co-host, Rachel Wright Davis, as we are about to put Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo in the hot seat. You know why? Because is the best in her field. And that's why she's here tonight. And we're going to get this thing started off right. Like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody, and welcome to News You Can Use. Let's get it, y'all. Put some nails in the comment. Give her some love. Hey, hey, hey. All right now. All right now. All right now. All right now.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Hey, y'all came to the show at the right time. So listen, folks, I'm gonna step out the way so that I think Miss Hillary Gooden or Miss Labors. Actually, it's Miss Labors' turn. Because she's all the way from hot Texas. So we're gonna make it hot, and she's gonna introduce our incoming guest. Miss Labors?
Yes. She is a deep, insightful, informative, beautiful spirit. And she is the CEO and founder of VGI Mental Health, Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo.
Woo!
Yeah, she's coming in ready.
She's so smooth with it. Check her out. She
You know, because I'm just trying to lay on that hot Texas, They have fire.
Woo!
Hey.
Good to see you. How are you?
She ready.
Oh, yeah, she is
Listen,
ready.
I'm all about a new rhythm. Let's create it here.
Woo! New rhythm. I
rhythm.
love that. All right, so we're gonna get started. So we want to thank each and every one of you for coming in. We're gonna acknowledge you in a few minutes. So like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody, and then call somebody out. Put their name in the comment and let them know that you asked them to jump into the show. So we're gonna get right into it. Again, welcome to the show, Dr. Celina. We're always happy to have you. We want to get right into the topic tonight. Now, some of you may have thought that we were talking about the recipe for self-care tonight. But what happens is we go the way that God leads. We go the way God leads. And this is where God is leading tonight. Journey through emotional oneness. And so journey through emotional oneness is a key component for success in your life. Hillary, I said my spiel. Now it's on the two of y'all to say y'all spill before we kick the ball right to Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo so we can get right into it and talk about her book and talk about so many other things. Hill, what you got?
I'll go next. I'm just looking at what we initially said was recipe to self-care.
Yes.
This is a part of recipe to self-care. We're talking about oneness. All of this oneness right here. That's still self.
Yep.
That's
you
still
said
self. And so we're not off topic. So I'm all ready.
see why we connected.
Yeah.
What can I say? Miss Labels.
Yes. I agree with her because, like you said, God opens up. And what he did was actually we kind of focused on her book, which opened it up to emotional, spiritual, mental, all the things that can't be seen, because we see billions of dollars worth of advertisement on outside. Now we need to start focusing. What did you just say, Doc? You said you're all about the new rhythm. This is a new rhythm. It's a new rhythm inside. You know, we can't just see it unless we get with the inside. So I'm excited to hear about your book.
Yeah, let's bring it on.
Texas hot in the house tonight. What can I say? Goodness gracious. Oh, my. So let's get right into it. Hill, you want to put Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo, I just love saying her name, y'all. It just rolls off the tongue so nice. You want to put her right into the hot seat and talk to her about why we even chose that topic, how God led her to that topic.
Oh, absolutely. I think she's all ready for this hot seat. So we might have to turn it up as we go through this show. So our topic tonight, and we want to know what led you on this journey through emotional oneness.
Woo! Get hot right off the top, Hillary. Okay, now. So you know what? It's because we all have a story to tell. Right?
Yes, so true.
We all have a story to tell. So what led me to this journey was the journey that I went on. All those lessons back there. Remember those lessons y'all went through?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All those lessons back there. All those little moments that we kind of put in and tucked away, or we blew up on, or they blew us up, or they put us on the wrong path, or they created all this volume that we couldn't understand because there's too much static going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember that journey?
Absolutely.
Yes.
That journey,
and
we had Marvin Gaye singing some serious songs back then. I don't know who was back in Marvin Gaye day, but that was, and you know, so we had that old rhythm happening back there.
Yes.
A lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of sorrow, a lot of growth, a lot of learning, and through all of that comes this journey. Eventually, if we can get on that journey, we can find our way through all of the ways of getting into that, through those fragmentations, those molecules that kind of flying around us with all of the wrong messages. Some of them have the right messages. Some of them have messages that are negative in content, but challenge us and motivate us, or they make us vulnerable, or they make us block, stop, and flatline. I talk about in my book. So we go through this journey to try to find a sense of that oneness, bringing all those molecules together and all those fragmentations and all those rhythms that we're all clashing together until we can get to the poem that I wrote in the back of my book. It's called A Symphony in the Key of Oneness.
Oh, wow.
That's the journey.
It's hot. So I hope you would read an excerpt.
Yeah, just a piece
from that. At your leisure.
You can't get a fragment of it. You either get it all or nothing. Buy the book and read it then.
And I have the book. And I've read that. And y'all better get the book. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all better get the book. We're gonna put the link down here so you can get the book later from Amazon, because it's out, it's powerful, and it will change your life forever. So let's dive even deeper, because she put you right in the hot seat soon as you came in. So tell us the title of your book and what inspired you to write that book.
That's a good question, Lotus. So the title of the book is 5 Keys to Emotional Oneness, the Emotional Detox System. So when I wrote, I have dual citizenship in Cape Verde, West Africa, and the United States. My family's from Cape Verde, West Africa. So I go there and I see all of the disparities. I see, oh my gosh, this is to the 21st century, and there's still stuff here that looks like it was back there in the 70s. Yep. And things that are just so not being taken care of, or not being realized, and not knowing how to intervene. And I was sitting there. It's called a little area of the capital is called Plateau. So I was sitting in Plateau having coffee and watching it just walk past me. I mean, it was so visible. So I said, Celina, you can't leave here and not leave them with something. You got to leave them with something, because I'm a trauma specialist. So,
Right.
So I said, let me leave them with something, at least that maybe they can have some type of a map, so they can work and heal people through something. So I began writing the 5 keys. I began writing the workbook. So I began writing the workbook, and then somebody said to me, well, no, you can't just write the workbook. You need to write a story. I said, I get tons of clients I can talk about. I've got clients from, for 30 years, 20 years at that point, probably, that I could write horrific stories about. And then so I said, don't you have a story to tell? I said, oh, you want my story?
Yep.
That's the story you want.
That's the one.
And let me tell you, I had so many aha moments in 2017 when I finished that book.
Yes.
I had come through so much of the detox, thinking about really processing the stuff that I had never really delved into, because we didn't have therapists when I was going through my stuff.
Right.
And people to talk to, and our family cultural homes where you don't talk, you don't tell, nobody knows, keep it here. So that inspired me. Then they said, well, you can't just write about the story and a workbook. Now you're going to write what's this all about? What's it all about? So God put in my spirit, and I said, oh my gosh. I said, those 20 some odd years of victim work that I did, and I was on the front lines of that victim work, I actually was in training for this moment. And I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth. And this is not, I think I was just had the pen in hand and the laptop. I have never been in such a trance in my whole life. Even my daughter said, Mom, I've never seen you so focused on anything. And the words that came out, and I read the book sometimes, I say, I said that? Where did I get that insight? That's deep. Where did I get that from? But it was because I went through the journey.
Yep.
I'm still not in oneness, but I went through the journey, and we're still trying. I'm feeling real good about where I am. But I went through the journey. We all did, didn't we? Lotus, I know you went through a journey.
Yes.
I know you went through the journey. Rachel, I know you went through. We all go through a journey, and we never dig deep into what was that all about. And I thank God every day for that journey. And that's what got me to write this book. God wrote the book. I wrote the workbook. I clearly wrote the workbook. And I wrote my story. But God wrote all the other stuff that's in that really that deep stuff. He wrote that. And it's amazing. It's turned into so many different platforms now for me. And of healing, helping others heal themselves, and whatever. So that's where it began. It began there in watching how we have so much here in the United States, and we don't utilize it.
Yep.
We have nothing there, and I wanted to leave something with them to utilize. And it's gone beyond that now that since I created that.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Texas in the house. Ooh, Texas in the house. Ooh, Texas in the house. Ooh, Texas in the house.
Okay, so I heard your story. I heard, the beginnings of what motivated you to write the book, and that gave me chill bumps. Because like you said, we all have our journey. We all have our story. What do we do with it? So what was the importance behind writing the book for you? Aside from leaving something behind, what were the particulars, the real important stuff that you were coming up from God for you?
Man, oh man. Incredible stuff. I mean, first of all, you have, Lotus knows my story because she read my book, but you have to know my story. I mean, I'm a kid that didn't remember going from 4th grade to 8th grade. I have no memory of school. As a matter of fact, I stayed out I skipped school as much as I possibly could. And as life goes on and we continue to go through those lessons, it was, you don't think about them. You just keep moving, right?
Mm.
I always tell people I was on this up and down ride. I'd come up and I'd be like, okay, God, I'm still with you. And I'm down there. I'm going back down. I'm back up here again. Here I am. I'm trying to get to this. I'm going to go to college now. They really accepted me. Oh, Lord, now I'm going down here. You guys hanging out? Where you want to go party? Okay, Lord, I'm back at Sunday. I'm going to go to church today. For letting me take the money down the aisle. Thank you, Father. And okay, guys, we're going to do it tonight. You're going. Okay, we're going. Well, I'll meet you there. It was like this. Those fragments. Every time I went up to God, I saw another piece of me.
Yes.
That was broken. Another piece. So writing this book helped me find the pieces that go together. For instance, one part of the book that made me cry profusely was when I was writing about my father, who eventually took me to go live with him at 14 years old because my mom was concerned about the people I was hanging out with. And my stepmother, who hated me terribly, he told her she had to leave because I was staying. He said, my daughter's going to come live with me. And she was something else. But so he told her, but they had been together since I was 8. And now I'm 14, and she hated me too profusely. And I thought she was going to put a big fight up with my dad, and she did. My father said, she's staying. He said, well, then I'm leaving. My father said, okay. Then you have. I didn't really realize that until I wrote that section in that book. My father chose me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I've never felt chosen before.
Yeah, that's big.
Father chose me. So, it just makes you look through different ways of it helps you accumulate and release and make sense of, and after you go through your process. And sometimes we try to go through these processes too soon. We ain't ready. We're not ready for that process.
Right.
This book got me ready. And I was really angry with this guy that I dated in California for 6 years. I really was angry with him. I still have nightmares about him. I have dreams about him because he was my knight in shining armor. And I finally hooked a real good one. And then I got, we broke up. And I was really mad at him. But when I wrote this book, I said, oh my God, he was my transformation in California. He introduced me to all the best people who are my friends today. And he did. I mean, he was there to put me into a place with people that I had never been with. So much comes through. And that's bringing those fragmentations into a oneness place. One little fragment at a time. Mm-hmm. So that's what the importance was for me when I finished that book. And the other thing that was important for me was that I was able to now share this journey with so many people, and it opened me up to wanting to do more to help others beyond what I do in terms of the therapy that I provide.
Wow. So I want to jump in and ask a quick question, because the book is phenomenal, and it took you a true journey to get to the point to even write the book, through blood, sweat, tears, and a lot of snot. Y'all know when y'all really crying, wiping snot everywhere. And that's just the truth of some of the pains that we come through. But you said that you were chosen. So I wanted to ask you about that, because Rachel said, basically, we all go through our journey. And so my question was, for our viewers, where are you in your journey? Because we're going to go to a break in a little bit later on. Where are you in your journey? And this is something I think we all have to ask ourselves, but I think that's what you asked yourself. I was chosen. So what did that do for your journey when you knew? Because even I could hear it in your voice. I was chosen. What did that do for you, Doc, to be chosen?
In the beginning, I didn't know I just knew that it felt good. I always say little Celina Pina wrote a book. I mean, Celina Pina wrote a book. You know, I was the kid that ate the pudding off the floors. We didn't have enough money for food in the house, and I ate, you know. So I'm always amazed that Celina Pina wrote a book, and even now I'm still amazed at it. But the journey that I'm in right now, I mean, today is, I thank God for everything that I went through. I thank God for everything that I've experienced. And I've just released my stepmother for the first time in many, just like this year, released her pain. Her pain was the worst pain than all the pains I suffered, because she hurt my father. So, so the journey I'm in right now is, I mean, I'm really into wanting to be part of something where people are feeling better. People are able to, I mean, I wish I could just walk past people and go, shh.
Yeah.
And they're all, yeah, right. And they're all better.
Yeah.
And that's why I continue to do my work now, because I love it. Yes. That's what I do. And I want to take it to many different levels. And I'm also knowing what I will do and what I can't do, and what I won't do. And now I'm saying no to things that I know that is not who I am. So I've gotten a sense of my authenticity in a sense of what my core is. And I created this in one of the workbooks. That's one of the preliminary for the book. We'll talk later about, I'm sure. But really getting to know, peeling off the layers, you know, peeling them off, and getting to a place where you can say that that's authentically me. That's me. That's me.
I like that, because one thing that I've learned in my journey is, it's like, from the time we're born to, you know, because we're raised by broken people that are raised by broken people that, you know, and so forth. So by the time we hit a certain age, we're already putting masks on. Yes. And before we know it, we're grown and we don't even know who we are, because we're too busy. We're so enmeshed in all of these external titles and masks, and I mean, that we're lost. You know what I mean? And some people never find themselves. You know, they've become so enmeshed in the role that they play, or the role that they play, that they really believe that's who they are, but they're miserable, you know? And to me, that's one sign, that's one indication when you're not centered and you're not fine, you don't feel the joy, that you're not authentically yourself. I love that word, authentic, by the way.
I knew that. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's why you said the role that they play, and for many, that role that they play that they call life, you know, because they're not aware that I had to come through a place of becoming aware of myself, you know, myself, and really aware of Hillary, and it takes you down some side streets that you go.
Side streets.
Take you off the main street, you know, the main street that you thought was the main street.
Right.
You know, you said, no, you got these side streets here. You know, you got to go down this street, you know. Yeah. And sometimes like Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo, I like to say it too. Like she was saying that sometimes you'll hit on a portion of your story, or a portion of a street that you're on, that's a part of your journey, right? That just hit a spot, and you'll find yourself in tears profusely, because it wasn't dealt with at the time that you were going through a thing or two. Really, this is awesome.
It's buried.
I just want to go back to something that you said, Hillary. It's really a couple of things I actually want to go back to, if we may. I want to step back, because I asked a question earlier of our viewers, and here's some things from that. I love that, Rachel, I think you said that we've got to release ourselves. And I think, Doc, you said that as well. And I said, and we have to release others, because I believe that. And I believe that we don't forgive others for them. We forgive others for us. And so when we release them, we release ourselves from our past hurts. Because all right, let's just be 100, everybody out there that's looking. And I want your feedback. How many times has someone hurt you? How many times has someone left you? But still you came through, but only after so many years, because you held so tightly to the very thing that God was trying to say, look, just let that go, and I'm gonna give you something 1,000,000 times better. If that's been you, put a number 3 in the comment block. Let me ask you this. Here's another question for you. Here's another question. Come on, put your 3s in. Be transparent with yourself, because we're being transparent with us. Because nobody likes to be hurt. Nobody likes to sit in that hot seat of hurt.
That's right.
How many times have you released somebody, and then all this pressure? Some people say it was like a weight just lifted off me.
Yeah.
How many times have you released somebody and that happened for you? You can put a 2 or 3 or 4. Some of us that's been through a lot, it might be a lot of numbers, but put them in there anyway. And some of us are the pain causers. How many times have you caused pain, but learned to release yourself from being the pain causer and went back and apologized for the pain that you caused? Because that takes a lot of guts. That takes a lot of love, though. A lot of love for yourself and for other people. And Doc, I love that you said we have to peel off the layers. And I just put the hurtful layers, because a lot of times those things just hurt. Y'all ever had an owie? All right, owie is a bruise.
Yeah.
And you put a Band-Aid on it. What happens when you leave that Band-Aid on too long and you peel it off, but you haven't given the wound time to heal?
Yeah, pull that scab up.
Pull that scab right off.
You get hurt all over again.
All over again. So we have to give ourselves some time to air and purge this stuff. And I love what you said, Rachel. We got so many masks on, we don't even know who we are.
Yeah.
We don't know. So many of us are pretending, even in relationships we're in. When they leave, we don't know where we started and where they began, or where we should be, because they're gone.
Yeah.
And we were too much of someone else than we were of ourselves. So I love that you said that, and be your authentic self. Now, Hill, I know this is a lot, but y'all just dropped the mic in my lap. And Hill, you talked about role, and it made me think, what role are you playing and why? Especially if it's a role that is not serving you. Right. So that's the question, viewers. What role are you playing? Write it down. We keep saying this. Note takers are money makers. Dr. Celina came in here on fire tonight. So what role are you playing and why? And Hill, what else?
And are you on the side street? Sometimes, which streets get me the most? In Chicago, we have 3 different streets that I can think of right now that run on an angle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you're on the street that goes straight, east, west, east and west, north and south, but when you're on a northwest street that's going northwest and southeast, sometimes you take a wrong turn. Mm-hmm. in your life. You make a decision, like you said, that's not serving you. Wow. And you end up, and you think you're on the street called straight, but by the time you really figure out, I'm not noticing none of these streets are making sense. I don't understand. Where am I? You done went way off.
Yeah.
Way off. And you gotta double back, come back to that street, and then to make your way. those streets that take you on that angle sometimes can be the most confusing.
Yep.
The most confusing times that you didn't realize you made a bad decision until you way down the street, so to speak.
Yep. And you're off of your path. You're off of your path. And when you said that, that just really resonated with me. Like, yo, this is wow. So we're gonna put Dr. Celina back in the hot seat. Rachel's got a question. Then we're gonna go to a break because Rachel's got to dip out in a minute, but she's not gonna dip out without putting the other hot seat question in here. So Rachel, it's all yours.
Okay, so still, I could talk to you for hours. I really could. And I see in your backdrop, I'm not trying to go off question here, but I see the first word is cleanse. That's deep for me. I think of power washing. Like I like her analogy, going down the wrong street. Well, imagine going down the wrong street with dirty windows.
Mm-hmm. Woo! Woo! You see how she do? You see how she walking out with woo!
So I saw the cleanse, and it really made me think about, these are keys. These are keys that God gave you. And I'm assuming that's the first key, but what's the process? How does that look? Obviously, you have to start with the cleansing. First, you got to see, right?
Let me just go back for a minute, if I can.
Of course.
Because going down that wrong street, especially in Chicago, going down that wrong street, it's been the reason why I still do this work.
Yeah,
is because there's so many people who can be on the great street. They can be on the golden street, and they choose to go down the wrong street because they're too afraid of themselves to open up. They fear with the gifts that they have, which we can talk about later on, but it's so vivid that I see people all day long who have these enormous gifts. They don't know how to make that turn down to the right street because they don't believe in themselves. They don't trust in themselves. And they're too afraid to take that right street because you know why? It's going to make them have to change how they think. It's going to make them have to change what they do. It's going to make them have to be something that they don't know how to be. They're going to have to stop following rules that they never learned. They're going to have to stop asking questions that they never had answers for. They're going to have to start doing work that they never thought they could ever do. So thank you for that street analogy, Hillary, because I see those people every day.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps me doing my work. So the process is this. When I wrote the book, I wrote the 5 keys, and I wrote it so that people can just kind of have a journal to do their thing. But the 5 keys also incorporates in the 5 keys. It's a video. I try to get them to do a visualization through visualization where they have a video in their mind and they can stop, pause, and whatever. And it also has a taste of EMDR. So they're doing somatic work. They're looking at the body, what the body's talking, because the body holds the story, right?
Right.
It holds it all. It tells you. I mean, so it has that built into it as well. So and then before you can get into the keys, though, you have to do some preparation. You can't just go into something and say, "Okay, I'm going," and we do it all the time. I'm just going to jump into this diet. Okay, I'm going shopping today, buying all this stuff. I can't tell you how many boxes of stuff I've thrown out. Yes, Lotus. Oh, I hear you, Lotus.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry to interrupt you because you said jump. We got to jump. We got to jump to a commercial.
Jump to it.
Jump to it. We're going to jump to a commercial. Okay. But before we go to the commercial, Rachel, give us your words of wisdom before you leave. Yeah, we going there. We put Rachel in the hot seat because she got a prior engagement.
I don't know how much. Well, one thing I can say is I used to think I had a lot of knowledge. And until I was able to apply that knowledge, I wasn't able to gain wisdom, right? But I had to go through what I went through. I had to get hurt. Actually, I hurt myself more than anybody else did. Did a lot of self-inflicted pain, right? Didn't even realize it. So I'm excited about your book, but one thing I want to just leave with is that I heard this very wise woman tell me this is part of my self-care, part of my recipe of staying on the path of healing and healthy. She said, you know how God fills our cup?
Yes.
Well, she taught me, or she explained to me how she came to the understanding that if I continue to allow God to fill me, whatever pours over into my saucer is what I pour out to everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't let people drink from my cup anymore. I used to drink from my cup. Now I'm a saucer girl, right?
That's
Filled.
New rhythm.
New rhythm.
That's my
woo! Whoa.
Well, thank you for having me on.
We gotta get the
I like
stuff
that.
going.
I had so much
Yeah, that was good.
forward to meet, and I'll be in Chicago soon, so I'll come visit you.
All right, fantastic. So look, folks, we're gonna thank you, Rachel. We love you, and she gotta go and jump to it. Aretha Franklin, we gonna go to a commercial, folks, and we're gonna be back as we jump to it. We'll be right back. Here you go, folks. It's time for you to start bossing in social media. For all your social media needs, you come to the right place at the right time to get your website designed, landing page, social media platforms, and get the training you need to get in front of the people that's ready to buy your products and services. Let me train you with StreamYard, Zoom, Clubhouse, and much more. And let me help you get your virtual professionals, not assistants, because assistants can only assist you, but the virtual professionals can give you that professional flavor that you need to expand your reach and increase your revenue. Jump on in and get in where you fit in and start boxing today. Oh yeah, and we are back with more news you can use. We have a fabulous guest tonight. Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo is in the house. And of course, with the remarkable Dr. Lotus Ray, Gooden, our lymphologist, and Miss Rachel Raven is on tonight. And we are on fire tonight. And we hope that you are too. Because it's always right here. Get in where you fit in as we bring you news that you can use. Go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, and go tell somebody that we are on tonight with Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo as we talk about journey through emotional wonders. Welcome to the show. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Yes,
Hot,
yes, yes.
hot. So look, we have several viewers, and we want to thank you for being with us. We want to go through and acknowledge our viewers. So I'm going to start right at the top. I'm kicking the ball over to Hillary. We're going to go down and see who's in the head house. And then we're going right back to the hot seat. Y'all ready, ladies? Let's give them some energy. Woo!
Yes.
Right, who we got first, Hill?
Okay, well, we got the visibility coach herself, Patricia Rogers, and she said, "Hey, sis, love you, ladies."
From Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, can't forget that.
And who else we got, Dr. Celina?
We have Lynn. Hi, Lynn. How are you from Los Angeles?
Woo, woo. And we got the mighty Angie.
Yes.
Yes, Rugged Wellness in the house. We are happy to have you here. And we have Maria, the show host, Artie Gibbons. Great to see you, Artie. Let us know where you coming in from. And let me tell you, who else know how to come in the house, right, Hillary?
All right, Simone Rose. She says hello from North Carolina. Representing. Hey.
Who else is in the house? Dr. Celina.
We got Camille in the house in Florida.
And Camille said she liked that side street. That side street hill, that side street. She said, so true, Dr. Lowe's. Rashay, we have to free yourself. That's right. We got to free ourselves. Yeah. Scott Herod Divergence is in the house. Woo, woo. Good to see you. Good to see you. And of course, they were so ready to hear what you had to say. All the threes went in there. They love what you're saying. And that takes a lot of love. Yeah, it takes a lot of love to dive deep inside. And Angie said it takes courage too. So we have somebody else coming in, Dr. Celina. Who is this?
Oh, Ravi?
Yes, Ravi.
And greetings from India and prayers to you all. This is there in USA, honestly, in the name of Jesus, on fire. Amen. Amen. And lots of love.
Yes. And we got that right there. Yes, we've got to unmask ourselves. And Hill, what's Lynn saying?
Oh, wow. There's so much. Let me get my glasses on, right, because it's so small on my screen. But it says, I was chosen to help guide others through their transformation process. It was a blessing for me to go through physical abuse, all manner of addictions, and not loving myself to transform the internal pain. I give thanks and am in gratitude for every one of those situations.
Amen.
Yeah, all right, absolutely. Fantastic. And Angie says sometimes we're driving blindly too. That is the truth. Yes, that is the truth. And who else do we have, Dr. Celina?
Stefani.
Yes.
Yes.
And Artie is all the way here from Charlotte, the outskirts of Charlotte. That's right. So look, we're getting right back into it because guess what? Camille said, hot seat. So we're going right back to it. And we're going back to the question that Rachel Labus asked before we went to our break. So Doc, can you please go ahead and get back into the 5 keys and tell us about those 5 keys because they are critically important.
Okay. So again, before we can dive into the 5 keys, we have to do some pre-journaling, which comes at the beginning of this the 5 keys. Right. So you can start kind of doing some, going through some of the process of yourself and trying to figure things out. I've also created another workbook called the Hot Waves. And the Hot Waves is really the first preliminary work you have to do. So the Hot Waves is really taking you through 3 aspects of your heart and how you connect to the years of in your life from 0 to the time you are now. So you're collecting all that data. And then we'll take you to the tree of authenticity because I really felt before you can dive into the detox, you have to find some solid grounding.
Right.
You have to, because, this stuff is hard work. And so you have to find out where is my core? What's my shield? What shield do I wear? How do I protect myself? And so we go through that process first. Then we go through the preliminary journaling. Then we move into the 5 keys. So after all that prep done, it takes a long time. And I believe it takes 21 days to change. We know it takes 21 days to change the plasticity of the brain. So I think I try to do everything in 21 days. So that process will take 21 days. Then we move into the 5 keys, which will take 21 days or more. And so the first key is cleanse because we have to empty it all. We have to empty it out, right? We've got to, with going through the preliminary stuff, you should have already identified, focused, grab the things that are really important to you that you really want to cleanse on. And so then you have to go through them. You have to look at them, and there's exercises that bring you through that process. And once you finish your cleanse, which takes time, The second step is to restore. So now you've gotten it all out. You've gotten it all out. It's all gone. It's not really all gone, but it's at least you're aware. You're more aware. And then you move into restore. So restore is the healing and forgiveness key, which you were talking about earlier, Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
That you have to not only forgive yourself, but you sometimes have to go in front of the other person and tell them that you're sorry. And you sometimes forgive the person who've hurt you or the person you've hurt. So that's the second key, is restoring all that stuff. You gotten rid of it. So now what do we put back in there? We're going to forgive, and we're going to heal, and we're going to start doing a healing process. So there's exercises that bring you through that healing and forgiveness process. So once you're going through that healing and that forgiveness process in the restore key, then you're going to go into the clarity key. So the clarity key is going to now bring you wisdom, because now you've gained some wisdom. You got some great insights going on right now. You should have some great insights. And you know what? You may have to go through the detox on one issue at a time. You can't bring them all through. So you may be going through this process for a long time. But, it's all that what you want to put in. So we put everything into ourselves that hurt us.
Yes.
It would be really good to take out the stuff that we need to cleanse us. So, or to get us through this detox. So the third key is the clarity key. So we have more wisdom. We have more ability to see things differently. Like I saw the guy I was mad at. It was really my transformer. So you start seeing clarity. So you're getting rid of that hurt and that pain and that.
Right.
And you're peeling off masks and you're peeling back the layers, and you're trying to find the right street to go down now because you're not so afraid to do it anymore. Right?
Yes.
So yeah. So then the fourth key that I love is the rejuvenation key, because that's the rebirthing key. That's where you're getting your new rhythm on. That's where you're creating your new rhythm. You're creating your new tune, your new beat. You're going through a big process, and I call it within that rejuvenation process, which is the longest process in the detox. You're going through a process called bridging passions with mishaps. So bridging passions and mishaps is I had domestic violence, physical abuse, all the abuses I went through, and so those were my mishaps. And my passions were, I loved observing behaviors. That's my authentic me since a child. And I put them together, and my love for people and my love for, taking healing and those kinds of things. And when you put them together, it was like, it was like a blow up, right? It's like, oh my God, these two really fit. They fit. Because I knew, I saw it, felt it, realized it, experienced it, and understood it.
Yes.
So I said, thank you, Father God. I got a doctorate degree, but it has nothing to do with the work that I do today. It has nothing to do with the work I do today. I did it because they told me I had to, because I didn't think I could, because I didn't think I was smart enough. But I did it because I had to, and I had to because I wanted my father to be happy for me and receive me. But, it got together because I had the lessons of life, and I had the educational experience and exposures to that educational system that gave me confidence and gave me the ability to find ways to maneuver down those streets, to find my way to get to the right book, to get to the right lesson, to get to the right training, and I put those all together, and I created my own rhythm. And I've been doing that rhythm for 30 years now. And then the last key is the whole idea of making that rhythm move for you. Creating that new rhythm that moves you, that shakes you, that holds you there. You remember the day when you used to be up there and on that dance floor, and that rhythm was just like tight, right? There you go. It was. And that's what you want to feel. And that's the recipe for self-care.
And so
for self-care.
So that key 5 is that's the transformation. That's the transformation key, right?
That's a transformation key with this. These fragmentations have come to make some sense. They've come together to make sense. And now not only have they made sense, now you're opening pathways. Your executive functioning now has gotten even brighter, because now you're feeding your brain the right recipe.
Right.
Yes.
Right? You're not feeding it survival and fear and anger. You're not feeding the limbic system anymore. You're feeding you're brightening up the other parts of your brain. How the heck did I get to college? Didn't go to school from 4th to 8th grade. Because God gave me that gift. I had no memory. I had to teach myself algebra. And I found every way to get through the door so I can get my degrees. So you know what? So when you're transforming, it opens other areas. When you take a risk on something, and you open that door, and it's a door that's supposed to be open.
Yep.
You're not afraid to take a risk on something else that you feel is a door that's supposed to be open.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some people go back. Some people go back and grab that stuff from behind and say, "Oh man, maybe I can work this. I can work this. Maybe I can." No, you don't want to work it. You want to make it authentic.
Yes.
They own it. Make it authentically yours.
Yes.
If it's not authentically yours and you're not supposed to have it, then let it go, because there's something bigger there for you. It's not that. But you can make those better. You don't need the ego decisions or the insecurity decisions or the manipulative decisions. You can make decisions with more clarity, more honesty, with more feeling, with all that you put together inside yourself, that gives you this ability to feel this new energy, this new rhythm inside of who you are.
Yes. Yes. That's awesome.
It makes me think about GPS.
I love you.
I can get where I'm going. It's like I can get where I'm going now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hillary, you talk about the lymphatic system, and you know it so well.
Yeah.
You see it, and you live it, and you do it, and everybody's thinking, oh, that's just too much to think about. But no, we don't think about it when we pick up all the stuff that we shouldn't be picking up and doing.
Yeah.
That's right.
So engage in it. Engage in it. Listen to Hillary. Listen to Celina. Listen to Lotus. Listen to
That's right. Now, how you said now, if you want to get noticed, see Lotus. I always say, I'm somebody to know.
No, that's right.
You might not realize it, but I am somebody to know. I might not know everything, but what I know can change your life. Now, Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo, she got these 5 keys, and she got a whole map.
Yep.
Can get you where you need to go, where you're destined to go from the beginning.
Yep.
Can you text that to me? You just text that to me.
I know, right?
I know, right? And you got to hit the replay. So,
right.
And this is the thing. She got these 5 keys, and we're going to touch on this because I know we're a little bit past the hour right now, but she's got these 5 keys that will help emotionally detox you.
Yeah.
We always talk about detoxing our bodies, but these keys will not only help detox our bodies, it will detox our mind, detox our heart, detox our spirits. Okay? Because a lot of stuff, when we get hurt, we carry a lot of that with us. And so when we carry that with us, and I think Dr. Shemo might have a little challenge with her internet right now, but when we carry these hurts with us, I got to tell you, it affects us on a cellular level. And Hill, you talk about that from time to time. Have you ever had an instance to affect you on a cellular level that you couldn't shake, but a book like this could help you shake that?
Absolutely. Just becoming aware that when I don't forgive someone, or someone don't have the ability to forgive, and then they say, I got this ache, I got this pain, I got this problem, and every time I go to the doctor, they tell me they don't see nothing. That might be something that the doctor don't see. They can't see the need for you to forgive.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what? And that's so profound.
And I want to say, I have seen people who have chosen, because it's a choice. They chose to forgive. And then they saw that autoimmune condition that they were told you have to live with for life.
Yep.
Make its exit. from their life.
Exactly. And that's very profound, because a lot of us don't want to accept that is the truth. That is true. That's fact. So with that being said, I want to jump to a quick comment as we get ready to wind this thing down. I saw a comment in here, Dr. Celina, if you want to take that and read that out.
Hi, Lynn. Dr. Celina is absolutely right. That wrong street is an awakening to what's necessary to shift. These are the life-saving moments if a person chooses to acknowledge it. A renewedness is created by the inside out, where the real self emerges bit by bit, layer by layer, until all that is in the sparkle of loving light.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yep, awesome sauceum. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yes, ma'am.
When you're on that wrong street and then you finally make it to the right street, you know that feeling. You know that feeling when you know you're not lost anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a wonderful feeling.
Yes, it is. And you know,
for real.
I'm gonna tell you, Steve Harvey, he talks about it kind of like staying on Faith Street. You just gotta stay on Faith Street, no matter what it looks like. And I say this on my Bring Who You Are show. No matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, you just got to bring who you are, and you got to stay on Faith Street. Because I agree with what Angie said. She said, Dr. Celina, you have the keys to help people create a roadmap to their true, authentic self. And that's how you get there. If you just stay on Faith Street. If you just stay there.
But you can't forget Wrong Street.
No.
Woo! You can't forget Wrong Street.
No.
Doc, I would drop my mic, but I need it for later on.
That's like that going down Wrong Street. They got this giant pothole.
Yep. And
you get there again and you go down that street and you hit that pothole again. At some point, you got to know, no, don't go down this street. There's this giant pothole. I got to take the next street over.
Yes.
And maybe tell somebody else, you don't want to go down this street. They got to get that street fixed. But until then, we're not going down that street.
But
now, I got a question for you, Doc.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Doc. No, I'm going to hold my question because I want to hear what you got to say.
But sometimes we have to go back and revisit that street. Right. And I say that because even though I live on Martha's Vineyard, I could have made lots of money here those 20 some odd years that I was off this island, but I went back to Wrong Street and I opened my first office in the middle of Wrong Street because I wanted to make Wrong Street a better street. And I kept my practice in that city for 25 years, helping those people who couldn't get what they could get from me because they couldn't afford it. And plus I speak another language and I know the culture, I know the city. So so many times we leave Wrong Street and we don't go back because I ain't going back there. I ain't going back those potholes. No, I got my new Mercedes now. No. Me and my new Mercedes went down and lived on Wrong Street. One night came home because I actually would stay there at some nights, and there was down my office a body laying down the next block. So somebody got shot. But sometimes you have to go back and help in the areas Wrong Street existed.
Make Wrong Street right.
Make Wrong Street right.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Wow, that's awesome. So, Doc, here's the thing, and maybe we can do another show for this. What I learned on a roundtable that I was on with 3 different generations of people, sometimes when you tell people, because Hill said this, and I love that you said this, Hill, sometimes when we go down Wrong Street and we hit them potholes, we remember that, and then we go the next street over the next time around, and we try to tell people, hey, that you don't want to go down that street, but sometimes they still gonna go down Wrong Street, even if we talk ourselves to be blue in the face. So when people don't want to accept that, and this is a conversation I had with the roundtable. What do we do when people don't want to accept that? What do you say to our viewers?
Go ahead, Doc.
No, when people don't want to accept going down, I guess I don't get it. I don't have you yet.
So if Hill tells me, Lolo, Doc, stop it. That street right there, and she said it like that too. That street right there.
That one right there.
I should know that one right there. I should know she's serious. When she says, don't go down that street, I've been down that street. It's like you dating a guy and the guy is just the wrong guy. But one of your nice friends that you meet, she gonna date the wrong street guy. Mm-hmm. And you try to tell her, I don't know nobody like this, y'all. I'm just making this an example. And you try to tell her, but she still go down the wrong street.
Don't do it.
What you do? What do you say to our viewers?
Well, if wrong street is still the wrong street, and wrong street hasn't changed, and wrong street didn't come see Dr. Celina to get some help, then I would definitely be more encouraging that and give her some real low down, really good realizations as to why that's the wrong street. But if wrong street changed, and wrong street made some adjustments, maybe wrong street got healed and wrong street got through his pain or her pain. And I mean, wrong street could turn right.
Wrong street could turn right. Wrong street could turn right. And I'm happy that you said that, because people can change. Yet we talked about this earlier. We have to set boundaries.
No, we do.
Because and we have to have clarity. So you got to remember that even the person that's on wrong street, you can get clear and you can make a change. But it goes back to what you said, Doc. It's a choice. And I think Hillary said that too. It's a choice. Hill?
Yeah, and it just brought to mind an old saying that some people don't believe fat meat is grease. I don't care what you tell them. They're going to go right ahead.
Get me kind of greasy.
And they have to come to the same lesson that you did. Maybe they might end up down that street longer than you did or shorter than you did, but they got to come to their own realization. Right. And they'll come back and say, you told me, but man, I bet you I won't do that again. I really learned my lesson. I don't know why I didn't listen to you. And all you can bet you won't. I tried to tell you.
Yep. Without saying I told you so.
Right. Yes. Sometimes people have to learn their own lessons.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And
so
no, you're absolutely right. We have to sometimes learn our own lessons. If we don't have that clarity. If we don't have what we're sitting here with right now, and many years ago I didn't have that. It was like, he's cute, he's fine. You can dance. Yeah, so sometimes we just figure it out.
So Angela had something she wanted to share with you, Doc, and it's twofold. So you want to take that, and I'll pop it up, the second one up for you.
You are finally found. Just have to remember that thought and feeling. Thank you, Angie. Sometimes we can't tell others to change for the better, even if they know. They have to experience themselves.
Yep, that's the truth. And I think she was sharing that, with the world, but that's just the truth. Sometimes here, this is another one. Hill, you want to take that?
Okay, let us see. Sometimes we have to, this is real tiny on my phone, guys. Okay, sometimes we have to fall off the bike several times and scrape themselves up before they figure how to ride the bike correctly. I fell off the bike, literally learning how to ride the bike. I fell off the bike so many times. I was like, I don't want to know. I don't even know how to, I don't even need to ride the bike no more. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It was like, it's just worth it. But then one day I did go back and say, you know what? One more time, one more try. And my mother came out there with me and pushed me off, and I was on my way.
Wow.
But man, sometimes you can fall off that bike so many times and you just say, you know what?
That's awesome.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, you'd be like, I'm not
when
doing it no more.
Yeah, and it's like when you go through stuff, when we're talking about going through stuff, and you keep going through it, and you know better. Like,
yeah,
I not end up on this dang old street again. I thought I was stuck this street.
So, Dr. Celina, I've got to tell you, I have had a wonderful time with you here this evening. Hill, how about you?
I did too. Absolutely.
Me too.
Yeah, and I can't wait to have you back on the show again. Maybe, yeah, and we got to do it again, so that Rachel can get those hot seat questions again up there. We just thoroughly enjoyed you. We would be honored for you to come back, and quite possibly, wherever God leads you, who knows? Maybe God will tell you to do a journey through emotional oneness part 2. She like, that's a new book, Lolo. Thank you. You just never know. You never know. No. So folks, I just want to thank you again, Dr. Celina. And I want to give you the opportunity to share your words of wisdom before we head out. And thank you to all of our viewers for being here. And of course, I get to have the hostess with the co-hostess with the mostest, the lymphatic queen. Right. So we're going to take a quick, and we're going to come back right to Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo. And she's going to tell you a little bit more about how to get her book. It's very affordable, and it will change your life. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars when you could circulate and grab her book, because it will pour into you over and over and over again. We will be right back. We thank all of our viewers and our guests, the amazing and phenomenal Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo, as she shared with us this evening, Journey Through Emotional Oneness. And she gave 5 phenomenal keys to help you get through the journey of emotional oneness. Please like, share, and start a watch party. And tell somebody to hit that replay. Also follow us on YouTube. Like, share, and ring that bell so you won't miss a thing. Be sure to join the Hillary Gooden FB show, The Vibrant Life, on Tuesday. Let's go. Whoop, whoop.
Hey.
We got to put Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo in the hot seat for her final words of wisdom one more time. Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo, you have rocked us tonight with Journey Through Emotional Oneness, and we are ready for your final words of wisdom for this show tonight.
Well, I want you to love yourself. Find that place in your heart right here. Learn where it is. Feel it. Feel it and fill it with appreciation, gratitude, love. When you can put it here, when it travels here, they make more of a better conversation to what comes out here. So when you can love and it radiates beyond your body, and your neighbors here, they're going to pick up on your energy. And if you love, you're not so stressed. You're not so bothered by things, because you can feel the heart love, the heartfelt love in your heart. Love yourself. Love the people around you. And don't make it so heavy. Learn to give yourself a break. Learn to give yourself the enchantment of your symphony in a key of oneness. Find that rhythm. Find that flow. Find that flow that you can walk through your house. And even when you're just not feeling so well, go back to your heart. Find that flow. Find that love. Find that rhythm. Find your rhythm. Find your authentic self and love yourself and pass it on. That's your key to self-care. Your key is to not beat yourself up, not to blame yourself for past inequities, not to find in all that has happened around you or happening around you that you can't find the answer for. Seek it. Seek it with him. He'll give you the answers. But you have to love. You have to come from a place of stressless, not fear. Don't fear. Find it in your heart. Find love. I love you and thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Dr.
Yes.
Pina-Shemo. And folks, please don't hesitate. Grab this book. You can get it on Amazon. It's already in the comments for you. The link is already there. You can get it in paperback. Very, very economical for you. Circulate for yourself and invest in yourself. Grab her book today. You'll be happy you did. And Miss Hillary.
Miss Hillary.
Paper, rock, scissors. What we doing?
Well, you are the phenomenal host of this show, so I'm gonna allow you to be the one that had the last word. So I'll go now.
Okay, fantastic.
So yeah, this was a really great show, and we started out thinking maybe we didn't give it the right title, but I think it had the absolute right title: Recipe for Self-Care, and that self is you. That self is you. And of all the things we talked and laughed about, talking about going down the right street, and you can probably get your own analogy about your life in comparison to traveling along streets in your town. And I want to just say that you know, traveling and becoming aware of yourself is sometimes a little scary because you don't know what you're going to actually find. And you might not feel that you want to revisit hurts or things that happen. But in order to heal, in order to get well, to become really whole and all the pieces put back together, sometimes we have to revisit those situations that cause us pain. And when we do, when you come out on the other side, you're all the better for it. And you'll be so glad that you did, that you allowed yourself to have that kind of time well spent in getting to know the real you so that you can be the real you the way God intended. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Tell them about that. Tell them about what's going on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern
Oh,
Standard
I can't
Time.
even see that. Okay, so on Tuesday nights, every Tuesday you can find me on the Vibrant Good Health Show. I talk about all things about how you can help your body to help you live a more vibrant life by having more vibrant health, mainly by working and activating the lymphatic system. Every Thursday night, I have a show called Let's Get Acquainted, where I have guests that come on from different walks of life, men and women, that talk about where I give them a showcase them to have a place where they can share what they're doing in the world to help others. And just so you know, this Saturday I have a pop-up health bounce movement, and it's going to be across Zoom so we can see each other. And it's going to be like a Q&A and a bounce time. So if you're interested, just direct message me so that I can send you the link for that show, and you'll be so glad. It's going to be Saturday, April 10th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you.
All right, fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Money That Folds. She ain't playing, y'all. So, Dr. Celina Pina-Shemo, I know people was like, that was so great what Dr. Celina said. Doc, but what's next for you?
Oh,
I can't let you get out of here without telling people what's next. So we're going to spotlight you because I want people right up in your face, in your place. Tell us what's next.
So what's next is I'm on a retreat journey. I am taking myself across the country and going to try to create 5 retreats for 2022. And I'm going to be probably doing one on the vineyard. I'm trying to see how we make it through this pandemic in September. I'm going to set one up. I'm going to St. Kitts in September also to try to set one up there. And I'll be setting one up in Cape Verde for maybe October 2022, but I'm going this October to set it up. So there'll be 5 retreats going on between in 2022 that will be set up sometime this year. And you can see on my Facebook page, it's called R&R, Rhythm Retreats. Rhythm Retreats R&R, Optimizing Emotional Freedom with Dr. Celina. So join us and let's get the burdens released from you so that we can begin to find the rhythm. Yes. Way. Yay.
All right. Yay. I love it. And so, folks, my final words of wisdom. Oh, yeah. And I had to make sure we had this. Make sure you check out the pop-up, the Health Bounce this weekend, April 10th. With Hillary, she's doing that. And guess what? We've got something else for you. Join us on Saturday, where we're talking about building bridges to better health and wealth. And it is a healing or health and wellness workshop on April 10th, 2021 at 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's the Zoom, and we're going to put the Zoom right in the comment for you. And so come on and join us on Zoom. You will be happy you did. We're going to be talking to you a bit about building bridges to better health and wealth. And you can do it, and we can help show you how with Rugger Wellness, the CEO of Rugger Wellness. Angela Elting will be there. Hillary Gooden will be there. And many, many more will be there. And you should be too. So make sure you join us there. So with no further ado, I want to drop this on you. For those of you that saw my show the other night with Tracy Oriomi on the Lotus Roche Ignite show, we talked about breaking the financial chains, okay? Just breaking them, especially for women. Well, guess what? I share with you that she has a clubhouse tonight. So tonight, she is there on Clubhouse. So you can go and talk about financial literacy. They are talking about Let's Talk Money. So go ahead and Let's Talk Money. If you need the link, DM me and I'll send the link to you. If for some reason I don't see it, you better pick up the phone and call me, because where I'm going, when I leave here, I'm going to talk about Let's Talk Money. Okay. So with that being said, we wish you all a very prosperous life, a very wonderful weekend. And I see other folks are still joining us. Hey, Yamija Jubilee. Yamija Jubilee, is good to see you. Happy to have you here. And I just want to say again to all of you, thank you so much for what you said. She said, amen, amen, amen. And blissful, soulful evening, beloved, beautiful, audacious ladies. That's what I'm talking about. And yes, we're always happy to see the remarkable poet Yamija Jubilee in the house. And she'll be coming up at the end of the month with us as well on News You Can Use with the remarkable goddess of soul, Miss Martha Hyde. So yes, they are coming to talk about their new book, Soul to Soul. So you don't want to miss that broadcast. So make sure you're here at the end of the month. You'll see the flyers out on Monday telling you all about it. You don't want to miss it. So with that being said, again, we thank you for all that you do, all that you are, and all that you are yet to become. God bless you. We thank you and have a good evening. And we'll see you back again on Monday with more news you could use. Woo woo!
Good night, everyone. Good night, Dr. Celina.
Mwah! Thank you for joining News You Could Use with Dr. Lotus Rashay and our lymphologist, Hillary Gooden, along with our wonderful co-host,